Hello everybody, this is Gregory with how I lost over 100 pounds and have kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and weight maintenance. Today we're going to continue the series Reflections of a Weight Loss Warrior and talk about my initial experiences romantically with the girls. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out the episode notes for links to my website, my books, my podcast, and if you appreciate my content, please hit the like button, the notification button right now, and there's also a link for PayPal. All right, so I definitely recommend, and I'll put a banner in, the Confessions of an Obese Child episode on the opposite sex. So it's a good juxtaposition of that with this. So in that episode, I talk about my experience or lack thereof with girls when I was a fat teenager. So now it is my senior year. I've lost the majority of my weight. I am regular weighted. I'm trying to find a picture, and I have very few. Certainly when I was fat. I mean, you've seen the same picture I used for the Confessions playlist. That's the only picture I have. Maybe my yearbook somewhere, but I don't know where my yearbook is. But even in my 20s, I don't have a lot of pictures of post-weight loss Gregory. But either way, I'm 17, I should say. I'm starting my senior year. I go to an all-Catholic boys' school, but right across the street, as I mentioned in the other episode, is an all-Catholic girls' school. And when I was fat, I would always look across the parking lot at these girls like they were like mythical unicorns. And who are they? Those weird uniforms. Oh, they're so pretty, da-da-da-da-da-da. So after I lost my weight, my first initial experience with women, in my first kiss, happened because we had to do volunteer work to graduate from high school. Again, it's a Catholic school, so we had to do, I don't remember how many hours of it. So I had to do it in the summer between my junior and senior year. So this is right after I lost my weight. And I did this volunteer work at a consignment store, those secondhand stores. And I did it with my best friend, David, who I'm still friends with, who I still talk to. And there were two girls from the all-girls school that were there at the same time. And one of them was the one that I eventually had my first kiss. And I just remember, again, I never kissed a girl. I never thought I would kiss a girl. This is why I was suicidal when I was fat, because I just thought I'm never going to kiss, have children, have a normal life. And then I lost my weight so fast, 6-7 months, and now there's a girl that likes me. It was so weird. It was so strange. But this girl liked me, maybe because I had hair. I don't know. And I just remember one day we were in the storage room by ourselves, and I don't know what happened. We were goofing up, and then we just kissed. I remember, and this is not the girl's fault. I just remember our faces slamming into each other because I didn't know how to kiss. I wasn't one of those guys that was kissing the mirror. Just and it was just a lot of teeth. And I remember thinking, it's God, kissing sucks. Is this what people have been thinking about and doing? But eventually we kissed, and then we became boyfriend, girlfriend. And I think that relationship lasted maybe 3 or 4 months. And, I'll keep it vague. I certainly didn't have sex with her. I didn't lose my virginity for another 3 years. That's probably not a video we're going to do here because it's not really relevant. But I had a lot of my first experiences with her. And I think one of the more important dynamics that was difficult for me was just understanding girls, because I don't have sisters. I only had my mom. My mom was kind of checked out and doing her own thing, as we talked about in my episode of my mom. So in addition to just getting used to kissing and having a girlfriend, just dealing with all the drama that just is inherent in dating. And I think for me, it was just so strange. Because I couldn't relate. I didn't understand. I'd ask my brother stuff. He's my brother was more of just he did have girlfriends, long term relationships. But he definitely, had a lot of girls as well. And he was just just don't worry about it. It's just, it is what it is. Don't make it such a big influence on you. Eventually we broke up, and I honestly don't remember why. I just remember being probably not the most masculine guy in retrospect in my senior year in high school, in terms of knowing how to handle women. I certainly wasn't a seasoned veteran like a lot of the popular guys were, who knew how to plate spin or how to handle a lot of different women liking them. I think I was definitely what we would say as a scarcity mindset. this is the one girl that likes me and I'm just going to pedestalize her because I don't know if there'll be another girl that likes me. Eventually we broke up, and then I started dating a girl that was a freshman. Again, a freshman in high school, and I was a senior in high school. And this girl I liked quite a bit, and she was just kind of very fun and spontaneous. And I met her through theater, maybe. I think it was in theater that I met her, even though I wasn't involved in theater. I honestly don't remember how I met her, to be completely honest. I do remember that we went to the same Catholic school and Catholic parish and Catholic church, and her family knew my brother because she had an older sister that was roughly my brother's age. And so my family had a reputation because my father was a well-known doctor, and so they kind of knew that, like, oh, he's a doctor's son. But then my brother had a reputation of being just a ladies' man. And I would say that second girl was the first girl that I would say in retrospect I was in love with. Again, this would be the tail end of my senior year in high school. And we eventually said that we would try to make it work when I moved to college. And then, like with most college relationships, a few months after college started, we were in different towns, and we eventually ended it. And she was the one who ended it, which was really tough for my fragile ego at the time, because I'm a college man and she broke up with me to date, I don't know, probably some guy who was a junior in high school or a sophomore in high school like she was at the time. So that was probably tough on my ego at the time. And that was like my last high school relationship. But the second girl I would definitely say was the first girl that I was in love with, I suppose. And then from there, and we'll talk about my college experiences, I didn't have a girlfriend for 4 years in college. And we'll talk about like some of the interesting things, and certainly food related things that happened in college. But during that time with women in high school, that first year, I was just very grateful that I was able to interact with women, to hang out with women, to kiss women, to snuggle with women, because again, I didn't think any of these things were ever going to happen. And I don't remember having really dysfunctional eating my senior year in high school, right after I lost my weight. I do remember the dysfunctional eating really ratcheting it up in college, and we'll talk about that in a future episode. Guys, post in the comments. Let me know if you want to post your comments about your first kiss. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.